This game should be starting here pretty soon. I'm so good at that. Let's see. Anything else need to get checked out? Need to throw it over. I'm not broadcasting with a delay, by the way, so we can actually interact with chat, because this is not a serious game.
Perfect. Are you broadcasting it? Are you streaming on a different thing?
I'm streaming both on Twitch, and we're also going to be doing it through Dota TV, so what you need to do is set your mic to open mic and mute co-broadcasters in the audio settings.
Got it. Set my mic to open mic?
Yeah. The team voice chat.
Got it.
Cool.
And then
mute co-broadcasters so you don't hear me twice.
Got it. Speaker. Yeah, that's it. All right, that should be good. Why am I still muted?
Great question. I don't know. Give me 1 sec. I will be right back.
You're fine.
You guys are going faster than me. I'm ready to be set up.
Hey, let's see if I can't get this working. Hugna bat, walk and snap fire. That's an interesting pick. Blue, you still there?
Sorry. I had a bit of medication that needed to be taken, and unfortunately, these guys are hauling ass.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, why? Why not have a player model for Tiny? There we go.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Alright.
Perfect.
So, we've got DORPSTACK versus USA USA. You said you hadn't seen USA USA much yet?
I haven't seen USA USA play at all, so I'm actually interested to see how they fare against DORPSTACK.
Okay. This is El Clasico. Both of these teams, I believe, are part of the original teams in ODL, and they've played each other a lot. They know each other very well. So, we will be seeing...
I can kind of see that.
Yeah. You'll be seeing a lot of targeted bans. And I'm actually kind of surprised that USA USA didn't ban Tiny.
Is the match already going?
Hey, there you are. Yeah, we're already in.
That there wasn't going to be... Can I still join or no?
Nah, we're already in game.
Ah, bummer. Well, just let me know when that one's over.
Sure thing. So, Narrodorp is notoriously a very, very good Tiny player. He has over 1,000 games, if I remember correctly, on Tiny. And I'm surprised...
That's going to be...
Yeah. Narrodorp's their mid
I've
laner, by the
definitely
way.
seen that.
So.
I don't know if it's just in the patch, but I think maybe a clockwork ban isn't too good in this situation. I'm also interested seeing the Snapfire ban.
I think Snapfire is definitely still good, but the clockwork ban, I'd say, is warranted. Clockwork is very strong this patch. Jetpack is a broken ability.
Well, that's a good ban then, but I'm still interested to see how Dorp plays this Tiny. I mean, especially if he has 1,000 games on it.
It's... I'd be shocked if it's anywhere but mid. But generally speaking, that also could be just a one of those bait picks that you could walk your opponent into an easy counter pick.
No, that's true, especially with the new patch.
Yeah, there's your Lesh. Lesh, I think, has also benefited a lot from this patch. His new Ags upgrade, or Ag Scepter upgrade, I should say, very good. Nihilism is ridiculous, but by that same token, I don't think you're going to be going Nihilism against someone like Tiny.
No, definitely not.
Or at least just being sparing with the usage.
Right, I want to see how USA plays the Lesh, because this is especially against the Tiny. I'm thinking that maybe, like you were saying, to try to bait them into an easy counter pick, but...
This is one of those flex picks. Like, Eggs, who's their offlaner and their drafter, does play Lesh very well, and Lesh Elder Titan is a pretty damn good lane because of natural order on the natural order negating the 25 base magic resistance that every hero has. Notably, Elder Titan not amazing against Tiny, in my opinion.
No, but I want to bring up the fact that USA banned the Sand King almost instantly. So
yeah, that's a favorite hero for both teams. The Timbersaw ban I also find a little questionable. That tells me that their plan is to go for a strength core. Or another strength core.
But at the same time, this already isn't a good Timbersaw game for either team. I mean, Timber can be easily counterpicked now, but I can see what you mean by going for a strength core, especially with Whirling Blades. That's not going to be healthy for the lane.
True. I think that Timbersaw really shines when you're playing against a strength support duo, because it doesn't matter what lane you put him in, as long as he's in a side lane against the support actually just can't walk up and harass the Timbersaw at all. Makes him very good against heroes like Ogre Magi or Snapfire or Clockwork.
Oh, definitely. Which is interesting.
Yeah, because a lot of the heroes that he's already good against are not in the pool. Oracle's also another one of those heroes that's benefited a lot from this patch. I think.
No, Oracle definitely has gotten a lot of buffs in the recent patch.
I think this might be a support Ricky, because his support pick is very, very good, and on top of that, the Shard makes Elder Titan a viable 1 or 3.
5 seconds remaining.
So
definitely.
The only, I think for sure, we know about USA's lineup right now: Winter Wyvern's a support, Leshrax's a core, and that's all we know. Very good open draft. Meanwhile, you look at the DORPSTACK, we know they're 3, we know they're 5. Once again, Windranger and Tiny, interchangeable.
There's so much...
What are you thinking?
There's so much disable on... There's so much disable on DORPSTACK's team. I can't tell what they're thinking, especially for this last pick on their team. I can't...
They're probably saving Cerebral's hero, their position 1 last.
No, definitely, but they've banned so many most likely destructive cores that could come in and completely wipe their team. I'm just looking at Slardar especially. That ban is... I don't know how Slardar's doing in this patch, to be honest.
I don't think he's been hurt too bad. The nerfs to his Ags upgrade were definitely notable. I think he's definitely a worse hero, but his ability of being a strength core that can fight through BKB is invaluable right now.
No, 100%. I'm seeing this team pulling a lot of BKB, especially that Wind Ranger. That Wind Ranger is in danger almost constantly throughout this game.
Well, Ricky also, I think, is a notably strong pick here because Oracle hates anyone who can get on top of him. Also, silencing Wind Ranger in a non-dispellable silence is pretty good, so it basically kind of boxes Wind Ranger into being a support. But by that same token, Underlord's a good counter pick because if you're rooted, you're revealed. So,
right, exactly.
The AoE
I'm
root.
still thinking the pick of the Ricky is going to be a strong game changer for all of DORPSTACK.
Why did
now that Ricky can cast Smokescreen during Tricks of the Trade?
What I don't get is why DORPSTACK banned out Zeus. They might not.
It's not.
I honestly think that they should have just put. No, I think it's a great game for Zeus. I think they should have just let Neurodorp play Zeus and throw Cerebral. Well, throw Cerebral with Tiny, but I guess Neurodorp's incessant. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
They want to push buildings over.
That's definitely going to be a safe pick. Lycan has definitely gotten a lot of buffs in this recent patch.
His shards.
I would feel confident picking Lycan, but
I guess that shows a different kind of.
Oracle.
It shows a different kind of game plan. Oracle's there to sustain the longer fights, but they want to be fighting early and pushing buildings over. They have support in Wind Ranger that can clear lanes and push them out, and also deal some significant building damage. Lycan and Tiny can also deal significant building damage. Underlord's there for, team fight control. Also has good wave clear. So I get what they're going for. But we've got some good counter picks coming up from USA. Winter Wyvern and Leshrac are both very good at pushing and defending high ground. Same with Elder Titan. So we'll see. We'll see how this game rolls out.
I think what Dorp's going for right now is getting that early push, like you were saying, but not just that, but forcing USA to play an extremely defensive game, relying on unstable farm, relying on triangles or jungles that they probably don't own if they can really get their push on Dorp's part. But the only problem I see with that is, like you were saying, the high ground that they can defend. There's almost no chance that... Yeah, there's no
There
chance.
You go. That basically means that Lycan and Tiny need a BKB to fight. Ooh, that was a good pick. I like that one.
No, that is a wonderful pick. I feel strong in USA's lineup. That Ricky plus the Winter Wyvern plus the Leshrac by itself is deadly. And even with the counter pick of the Underlord, I'm not feeling confident in DORPSTACK. It's not to say that they're not gonna come through and have a good game, but they're gonna really have to focus on their early game, because as soon as Mars goes late, it's over.
Well, I honestly think that they need to come out winning the lanes and use that momentum to basically be on their doorstep by 20 minutes. Otherwise, this game's going to be very difficult. But that being said, it is Neurodorp Tiny. We could see a miracle. So we'll just have to see how this one plays out. Looks good. I'm excited for this one.
It shows the level of both teams on their picks. I mean, if we were looking at a lower MMR team, that Tiny Oracle pick, I mean, it would be interesting to say the least.
Questionable. But you can at least see their game plan fairly clearly. So it looks like Cerebral will be immediately going for Necrobook.
Yeah, definitely.
Getting half of the components out the gate. How much is a recipe now? That's an expensive recipe. Okay. $12.50. Alright. Nothing else notable yet. Let's see here. I'm also kind of interested because I don't see Ricky very often anymore. I'd like to see what Caxor does with him.
No, that's the Ricky's building. This is not at all what I was expecting, honestly. Ricky looks like he's playing a carry in the safe lane.
Yeah.
Winter Wyvern's definitely playing a support with 7 tangos.
Yep. So, yeah.
And they've already got his miniature fight going for that rune down there.
I'm gonna have to watch Eggs play Mars. He definitely knows how to play his hero better than me, and Mars is one of those heroes I need to get a lot better with.
Time to get angry with each other.
Got some fighting on the top rune. Easy disengage, though.
Yeah.
Blink Strike's a strong skill.
Looks like why Dorp's gonna get that. Yeah.
Let me pull up some last hits so we can see how this game progresses. Bit of dueling supports down on bot lane.
It's interesting to see the Oracle go up against the Elder Titan.
Oh man, that staple gun's doing some damage. Narrodorp really showing his mastery of this hero in the mid lane. Kind of embarrassing Eagle a little bit in terms of last hits.
Most definitely. It's definitely a very interesting tiny lane, especially with a ranged Leshrac. I mean, I can't stress it enough how
There we go. Now
being
Eagle
ranged in
Fort's
mid
getting this.
lane is so important. But
Ooh.
Eagle's definitely gonna have to play it safe because if he overextends on the Pugna, then
Oh, on the Leshrac. You know,
Or
one
the
hero
Leshrac,
that got
sorry.
through the pool that would have been really good instead of Lycan, that I didn't even think about, would have been Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker would have been really good against this, and I think that he's different after all of his buffs and nerfs. He's not so much the spellcaster that he used to be, but it definitely would have been, I think, a strong pick. Very good against the Leshrac, especially going into any of the team fights, and the Ricky, in a sense. But, yeah. Maybe
no, I can definitely.
maybe just Cerebral's not comfortable playing the new Bloodseeker, though. I don't blame him. Pretty significant changes
He
to him.
definitely. Oh yeah, I was just about to say, like, the changes to him are very significant. A pull bottom lane by Oracle. Looks like Elder Titan's just gonna sit there and soak up that XP.
Ooh, good sleep.
Oh no. Yeah, body block on Lycan.
And getting those hits in with that staple gun. ET is such a strong 4 right now. His ability to just put pressure on the enemy core is unparalleled. And you can't really duel him as a support. There's very few supports that can.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think you can, but it's not a trade that's favorable for you.
No, that and Oracle doesn't have Fate's Edict yet to prevent that staple gun from coming in and punching a smile in his face.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to see Eagle, after he shoves the lane like this so hard, just go and take a small camp. Really accelerate that advantage he has over the Tiny in the mid lane.
I think Narrodorp's actually playing this really well, because if I'm comparing the items that both have, I mean...
Well, there's more coming out on...
towards
There's more coming out on Eagle's Courier. Well, it's good stun. But that's a lot of damage.
No.
Great rotation from French to help guarantee that double damage rune.
Definitely. Leshrac needed that double damage.
He really liked that kill, too. Uh-oh. That's a dead Lycan.
Like he's so close to... Oh, holy cow.
Yeah, both heroes bot lane very low HP, and Eggs just got a pin against the tower. Oh.
Nope. Here it comes.
Oh, man. Narrodorp just unable to secure either kill. Oof.
That's rough.
Rough stuff.
And Elder Titan still gets the rune.
Oh, Eggs
Mars
leave.
using the new Orb of Corrosion, taking advantage of that.
That item is very good, especially on heroes like Mars that want to keep people within melee range. Hell, I'd argue
Especially
it's...
with that armor reduction.
Yeah. It's just a better oov.
Most definitely. I'm excited to see more of it. With especially, not with this recent patch since it came out, but seeing it more as I expected it to be played.
Yeah. You know, I kind of wish Hoodwink was available in casual games for Captain's Mode, but at the same time, kind of glad she isn't. She's still a little broken.
They definitely need to level her out just a bit.
She's already been stealth nerfed. Oh, we got a bit of fighting going on mid.
Narrow Dorp. Oh no.
They
are just locking down Narrow Dorp 3-on-1.
Rotation from the wide Dorp. Not gonna result in much though.
No. I don't think they were quite expecting
both supports
USA
mid
to be that aggressive. That was a wonderful rotation. I was actually extremely excited to see that on USA's part.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lycan is just getting completely shoved out of lane bottom. Nope.
Oh, what was that spear?
Arena coming in.
Oh no, Eggs just whiffs the spear. But Kites is able to get the return kill, and then dies himself. Ooh.
Lycan has his Necro book, so
he
might be able to work with that, but...
No boots, but book.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like Lycan is doing a really... I mean, he's having a really hard time, especially bottom lane, but...
Did Caxor just die to a throne creep? Damn. Brutal. Back and rewatch that. Probably going to see Eaglefort dumping points into Diabolic Edict, so that way he can actually destroy mid lane towers as soon as Narrodorp leaves the lane.
This looks like Oracle making sure to do exactly what USA was doing before, getting that rune.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Probably better to not let that arcane happen.
No, it definitely would have been better on... Amazing. Great job by Wind Ranger chasing after, following those juke lines.
And gaining the vision from the ranged creep. Oh no! Eggs! Oh no, buddy.
Alright, let me pull up some net worth here. Yeah, Leshrac is still dominating that mid lane. Looking like he's checking out runes here, but...
Ricky's doing a lot better than I thought, but then again I haven't really been paying attention to that lane.
I'm actually excited to see what Ricky builds into. Obviously, we're seeing Magic Wand and Treads. I mean, those are some pretty good things for Ricky, but
I wonder if he's going to turn
especially with
the.
his team.
What could he turn the Ring of Health into? Probably save it for Abyssal Blade later, now that I think about it. Uh-oh. Ooh, Eagle Fort's living. That was close, though. It's always scary whenever you get hit by that toss combo. But because Dorp has 1 point in Tree Grab and 1 point in Grow, it's not necessarily a lethal combo yet. But
No.
with some teammate follow-up, that's still a dead Eagle Fort.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from DORPSTACK. They're reacting to the fact of the early lead by the Leshrac. The constant pressure on the mid lane has also left the carries on either lane a little bit wanting. Looking at net worth, I mean, Mars is behind both mid lane, safe lane, and off lane. And then the Ricky's actually doing really well. What am I saying?
He's doing pretty well.
I'm actually pleased with what I'm seeing.
I think the issue that we're going to be seeing is that those two really unfortunate fights and missed spears are really going to be coming back to haunt Eggs for a while until he can actually get caught up. On a notable point, though, is that the position 4 of DORPSTACK is pretty fed.
That is extremely true. Narrow Door pulling off the kill on Eagle Fort.
Good stuff.
It was a definitely interesting fight. And now they're going to push that mid tower.
Ham Sandwich got a javelin and almost killed Eagle Fort from just the Shackle power shot. Well, Shackle focus fire.
Yeah. It was looking like Ham Sandwich was gonna pull out of that pretty easily, but the sleep by Elder Titan just coming in for an interesting combo with the Leshrac.
Mm-hmm. Let me see something on sleep. Is it an instance of damage above a certain amount, or is it a total amount of damage that wakes them up?
It's total amount of damage.
Okay. ET is one of those heroes that I just don't know very well.
Yeah. The cumulative damage can actually be used pretty effectively to take people out of a whole team fight, but they haven't quite got the Ricky up to the high damage threshold that they kind of need right now.
He's going
The Wind Ranger and...
the Ricky's going Battle Fury. So that means that he plans on just hanging out. Unfortunately, there's so many heroes on the map that present a kill threat for Ricky that he really is having a difficult time finding safe farm.
And especially because Ricky isn't putting it into smoke. I mean, I feel like Ricky should have taken 4th level smoke.
Just a value point.
This game. Just anything to go on people and to threaten a little bit. But because he's not able to do that, I mean, just look at Lycan. He's pushing the top lane almost uncontested.
Okay, hero levels are actually a lot closer than I thought. We really don't have too many people just taking off in the experience department. Interesting. Get back to net worth.
Yeah. Net worth is so close. I mean, definitely USA is pulling out a little bit ahead, but the Ricky is constantly battling for that 2nd place position on the net worth leaderboard with the Lycan. Looks like Winter Wyvern defending tower.
I actually would like to let... I want to see USA just let their supports farm a little bit while Eggs does a little bit more jungling. He just needs to get that first, like, really important item. That way he can really start engaging in these fights. He's going Meteor Hammer first. Uh-oh. Speak of the devil. He almost got ganked. Oh, speaking of getting ganked, Eagle Fort's getting gone on. Luckily, he's got a Yules, but...
That's not going to help him out. 4 heroes, and Elder Titan going in And that's a double kill for Dorp.
That's the importance of hitting this timing with Necrobook. Once you got your little Necro minions and you've got your shapeshift, you just hit your timing, kill somebody, break a building.
No, and then they're going straight onto the Ricky, throwing dust, focus, fire, and okay, Ricky using
good escape.
Arena.
All right.
He's not going to be able to do it.
Egg
No,
says
Elder
my
Titan
life for
going
Ricky.
in.
Ooh, Ricky picking off.
Oh.
That-
Eagle Ford coming in for the sneaky kill. No, now this is where Ricky should be comfortable.
Ooh,
That's it.
good turnaround.
Seriously, what looked to be an almost unwinnable team fight on the case of USA coming in with a very destructive win. But
Ooh.
Eagle Ford dying to the tower.
Just the mess of minions that Lycan brings to every fight. That was a fight they needed desperately. But I think Ricky's dead.
Oh, Ricky staying in too long in that fight. Painful, but still.
You know something I just
Ricky's
realized?
still coming out ahead. What's that?
There's an upgrade for Blink Dagger now. And it's very good
Oh
for
my
Tiny.
gosh.
Like, either the int or the strength are very good for Tiny. I
I'm
think
seeing Tiny building in that strength.
strength would give him extra
Yeah.
burst, but the cooldown reduction and the mana cost reduction are not negligible. Cutting
That's
the time...
true, but
Yeah, if you cut Avalanche's cooldown in half... Oof. Eagle just barely living after the combo. Goodness.
I'm getting away with sliver of health. Luckily, coming in handy was that bottle. Ugh.
So, fun
No,
fact...
from what I'm seeing from Narrow Door. Oh, go ahead.
No, fun fact is the full Avalanche toss combo without, you know, the Avalanche damage talent is just shy of 1,000 damage. But when you incorporate an auto attack or two, that's where you get the extra bit of damage. But unfortunately, Eagle Fort's HP was just high enough to live long enough to throw Narrow Dorp into the air with Yules and walk away.
That's why I'm seeing Narrow Door definitely go for that strength. I mean, look at what he's got queued up. Especially the
Echo
double
Saber.
hit from
The Echo Saber lets him get more burst damage off. Instead of just one auto attack, you get to sneak 2, maybe 3 in.
No, and especially with his damage right now. I mean, he's got 4 tree grab, which gives him the bonus. The 150% splash damage. I mean, he can pretty much burst down probably even Elder Titan if he got real lucky, especially with the strength blink.
Actually, I think the only person on the on USA that could survive the full combo would be Mars right now.
100%. I'm liking how they're using the new buffs to Tiny. Like, that is extremely important in this patch, especially with the new blink.
Yeah,
I'm seeing a rise in Tiny players, especially.
I mean, Tiny was honestly pretty good in the last patch as well. And he's very favored in competitive play simply because he can also be a flex pick into a support role as well.
But Narrow Dorp gonna barely get the toss in, lower a little bit of health, maybe ward off just a bit, but
I actually really liked Eggs' focusing on that fight, of getting rid of the Oracle first. Basically preventing that, what's the name of that ultimate called? False Promise?
no.
It was already on cooldown though. But
Honestly, if there's one thing USA is scared of, it's not one avalanche, it's 2 avalanches. And Oracle is gonna give them that ability to really get in there and extend the fight.
by enough time so that way we can get 2 combos off.
It's extremely dangerous for them. There's so much. They've got just enough pick off, especially with the Lycan, And seeing as he's 7 seconds away from getting his ulti up again, I'm feeling like they're getting pretty scared of roaming. And that Leshrac would just benefit so much from that early game roaming. This is exactly what we were talking about.
I think as soon as we see Necronomicon come off cooldown, we're going to see another run at you play from DORPSTACK.
Definitely. Tiny going against the Eagle Fort.
USA's making the fight this time. And we're going to see Winter Wyvern go down in the backlines to the Lycan. But Oracle also going down at the same time.
That's true, but OD coming in with the root, trying to ward Eagle Fort off. Looks like, they've got the run at you play going on. A little bit of holding back from the Lycan and interesting use of his ultimate. Did he get the kill on
Winter? Yeah, he found Winter actually under the tier 1 because he ran it from behind. He was farming Dire Jungle.
Interesting. It looks like they're really going to push those towers.
I think that's definitely a good play. I mean, you got to make use of the Necro. And, of course, Tiny deals a bunch of extra building damage while holding a tree.
I want to see either Ricky or the Mars go bottom, just free farm a bit. I can see Eagle Fort taking advantage of that now, seeing that a lot of that open space.
The issue with bottom is that it's already pushed. I think Eagle Fort's the correct core to go down here because he can deal so much just incidental damage to the tower. Just so he can help push it down a little faster, force the rotation to some amount.
Oh, looking like the root's coming in. Force Eagle Fort away from that tier 1 tower.
I mean, in all honesty, this tier 2 is one of the most dangerous towers to defend. There could have just been an awful circumstance where Underlord TP's down there, shows himself, and USA is already in position to respond to it and kill him instantly. It would have been a pickoff and a tower.
Taking care of the Winter Wyvern. And, oh man, great combo by Ricky and Mars.
Plus, you get the Earth Splitter comboing with it, and Lycan has to shapeshift to get away.
Not to get away. I think he's definitely... Oh.
He actually got the kill because of the death proc on the melee necro unit.
There's so many high-level plays going on at the same time. Double damage runes seen by Narrow Dorp.
Oh, he's gonna get it. That's his.
He's building into his Ags.
What is... Did they change his Ags? No, it's still Tree Volley.
Yeah, he's going to abuse that Tree Volley.
I think that's... Here. I think that's to try and fight into the Mars arena, but I don't think that works.
I think he's gonna try to do that. It's just...
I don't...
Tumbling the wave.
I personally don't value Tree Volley very highly, but I'll take Narrowdorp's expertise over mine.
Honestly, I think they're just trying to play more of a jump game, especially with Lycan building into Necro 3 and then building... Yeah, he's building the BKB, just like we predicted. He wants to go on that Winter Wyvern, but he doesn't have vision on Eagle Fort, who he... now he does. Wants to be careful around these.
Lycan Wolves giving vision of where everybody is so they can set up appropriately for a good fight. Ooh, just missed the shackle. Excellent engage from Eggs.
Alright, pulling out the mech, hopefully getting a little bit of a... Oh, getting the kill on the Eagle, Eagle Fort, pulling out the ulti. Perfect play by DORPSTACK.
Oh no! Oh, Ham Sandwich got the shard. What do you think about that Wind Ranger shard? I'm not sure if it's worth 1400.
I'm thinking, especially here, this is a really good shard. Think about it. if Narrow Dorp is on the opposite side of the map from Ham Sandwich, Narrow Dorp pulls off a combo, Ham Sandwich pulls off a power shot. It doesn't matter. Most heroes here are going to be under 13% of their
Oh
health.
yeah, there is an
Power
execution
shot's gonna
factor.
one-shot kill them. 100%. They're going for as much burst as they can.
I think another important aspect of it is the scouting factor of this global power shot.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
This is dangerous. Ricky and Leshrac still have the net worth lead.
Ooh, Caxor, I don't think that was what you wanted to do.
What happened?
He tricks have traded too soon. He needs to be saving in the 1v1s against Tiny. He needs to be very conservative with his skill usage to prevent him from just dying to the burst. Because of that, he just took so much damage.
It looks like...
Ooh.
Yeah. Whoa. Who did I see with a medallion?
That would be Elder
Right.
Titan.
Yeah, I'm interested.
That's really good. It's really, really good against heroes with high natural armor that rely on that high natural armor to get anything done, because natural order, when standing next to the physical Elder Titan, will reduce their armor once natural order is maxed to 0, essentially. Like, the Underlord right now, if he's affected by the Medallion of Courage standing next to the Elder Titan, he has -1 armor.
Oh, that's true. No one on USA is buying the shard.
I don't know if there are any applicable shards right now.
Oh, getting that burst in to kill the Winter Wyvern.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oof. That's a rough pick to pick Winter into Tiny sometimes, is that Cold Embrace is sometimes just a giant... It's like playing T-ball at that point. Like, oh, you're just going to stand still for me? Oof. Like,
No,
also-
I think 100% I want... I know Ricky can't really afford to buy the shard, but I feel like that might be a good investment.
Yeah, he needs to
Going
get the
in.
Manta first so he can purge off any dust.
Crap anyway, don't sweat it.
That's true.
And I don't think
But really-
Sleeping Dart is... well, you can set up with... If you use Sleeping Dart, you can set up Elder Titan's ultimate as well as Mars's ultimate. It could be a good setup, but when you're a core Ricky, spending 1,400 gold to help set up your teammates and not, like, facilitate your own damage... It's rough. It's a rough buy for me.
The only problem I see is that they keep getting consecutively jumped and bursted.
I mean, that's just how DORPSTACK works. If anything, like, I'd want to see the Winter Wyvern... Oh, well... Ooh.
Nope. Elder Titan.
Ooh, I think the Elder Titan and the Winter Wyvern both need to get an Aeon Disc. I don't see them living too long in fights otherwise. And Winter has triggered me with one of my biggest pet peeves in the whole world. You do not
What's
need to buy 2 energy boosters. You just don't. I mean, if he was immediately going for Aeon Disc next, then that would be the only justifiable thing when I click on him, seeing an Aether Lens and Arcane Boots. It's just,
no, 100%.
it's just a waste of 900 gold.
And my only problem is that Winter Wyvern isn't surviving long enough in the team fights to effectively use both the Aeon Disc and the Mana Boots.
Well, the Aeon Disc would enable,
The
Aether Lens.
Aether Lens. Thank you.
I do like going for the Glimmer Cape next for French, because the extra magic resistance is, of course, very good for surviving Tiny Burst, but
yeah,
also enabling that extra magic resistance for your allies or enabling some sort of escape. But the issue, of course, is that you're not really using it for you're not really using the Glimmer Cape to escape because the enemy team's already going to naturally be having a lot of detection for the Rikimaru.
That was a perfect. Yes.
Excellent fight.
I really like
Ooh.
what I saw from USA USA. The perfect combo of the Winter's Curse going straight into the arena, going straight into the Ricky Smoke, going straight into ET Ulti.
It was very good usage of their AoE damage. It really shows the strength of this lineup at defending high ground, like I said.
That was an amazing play by USA USA.
If they can keep it up, I'd say that this game is USA USA's to win. But they got to be able to keep it up.
I'm still not sure how I feel about just their general. They're doing good. I want them to continue to win these fights. I want to see them win these fights correctly, is what I'm saying.
Right. An important thing to note from this point on, Lycan doesn't scale as well as the other cores in the game. So their second highest net worth hero just exponentially uses less.
Oh, Lycan being punished for his units. But coming around and attempting to take out the Winter Wyvern. It was a good play. I like that.
Almost got him too.
Most definitely.
Skills on cooldown. I haven't seen that one in a minute. That's funny.
It looks like most of the important abilities on DORPSTACK's team, it looks like they're going to try to push high ground in this next wave. I'd like to see them do that at least. That would be a...
Actually, I love what Caxor's doing. He's intentionally forcing these waves to be pushed while at the same time pulling the enemy team away. They all just walked underneath a ward. So Caxor's aware of them. I want to see him go mid and immediately start doing the same thing with the mid wave. Just forcing the enemy team to come back and push their waves. Or deal with the Ricky.
This is a next level Ricky play.
When you've got an elusive hero, you can really take advantage of it.
It doesn't look like he'll chase that courier. Might have been a good thing, because now...
That's a Chrysalis.
Narrow Dorp's gonna have a Chrysalis to work with. I'm not sure how I feel about that crit. That's just a little too much burst for me.
Hey man, sometimes you just really need to slap the shit out of somebody.
This is a little excessive. Oh, looks like they're gonna get the Elder Titan.
Also makes sense with the tree toss.
Perfect. Turning that fight around. Playing on the edges. This is what I like to see from Eaglefort. He's definitely turning it around on that part.
Oh wow, that stun was perfectly timed.
I know.
Now they gotta deal with him again. Oh, just mistimed the stun.
And just mistimed the spear. Yeah, they're gonna finally get that kill on the Tiny.
That's
It
good
was a
money.
good turnaround for USA USA. I'm loving what I'm seeing from both teams. They're adapting to each other's playstyles.
Like I said, these teams know each other very well.
Looks like Eaglefort's gonna finally get this mid tower. No chance. Mixture of Diabolic Edict and a Meteor Hammer. They'll take that tier 1.
I actually really love the Meteor Hammer pickup the more I see from it on Mars. Gives him a little bit of everything that he wants. He loves getting some stats, some mana, and some health regen.
It may be a dead meme, but I'm gonna be honest. This is a truly meme hammer.
Ever since they reworked it into its current build, I'd say that it's no longer a meme. Although, It's still fun to call it the meme hammer.
It's going to be interesting to see how DORPSTACK reacts to that last team fight. Note a little bit more spacing coming out from their roamers.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
Kites, you're dead, buddy.
Gotta
Ooh.
pull the BKB. It's over, buddy. It's rough.
I mean, 4 people just rotated bottom to kill the lowest net worth hero on the team. But
Still, I mean,
you hate.
342 gold is nothing to scoff at.
However, at the same time, they're about to lose their tier 2 tower.
That's true. Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, I'd say that that sacrifice was necessary and well played.
It's so interesting to see the discrepancy between the kills on both teams and the net worth. Ricky has just had pretty much a free game for half of this. And then moving into the Lesh had a relatively bad mid lane right up until his level 6. Then with a couple of those rotations, I mean, he really played well.
Yep. And like I said, the later this game goes, the more difficult it's going to be for DORPSTACK to close it out. Because the heroes on USA just scale so much better.
100%. It's my problem with their net worth right now. The highest net worth they have is 15,000, which is really good, but it's on
Lycan.
It's on the Lycan. And Lycan just can't... He can't play as freely as he could in almost any other game.
Huge stun. I don't like it being layered up with the Winter Wyvern ultimate.
No. They're gonna take this tower anyway. Punishment coming from
Just poor skill usage.
DORPSTACK taking advantage of the Crimson Guard of the Mars. Coming in with the Meteor Hammer stun.
Big damage. And Wide Dorp leaves Narrow Dorp to die.
I'm just throwing it out there. That was a beautiful blink spear from Eggs.
He's making up for his early game now.
Definitely. Now this is just going to be a punishment push.
Ooh, White Dorp might die here. Oh no, but he's got this Eternal Shroud, so he's... Oh no, I think he is dead. Wow.
No.
That's a lot of damage output for coming out of Eagle.
A complete team wipe coming from a mixture of Eagle Fort and that previous team fight.
How did Windranger die? I thought she TP'd out with...
No,
with Underlord.
She got consecutively stunned.
Wow. Okay. And
Yeah,
this top laner Rax just gone.
It was pretty much Winter's Curse into the sleep, into a Meteor Hammer, well placed by Eggs.
Alright, right on.
This Oracle has just been punished constantly. I'd like to see some real good plays, but...
With Ricky's existence in this game, it's going to make things very difficult for the Oracle to operate. These assassin-type heroes are very, very good against Oracle.
DORPSTACK has been playing so well, honestly. But this lineup coming from USA, it's just...
Oof.
They
Good
can't
pick.
quite keep up with the pain just coming directly from them. Yeah.
That was a good pick-off and return kill.
Oh. Not enough mana to pull up arena.
BKB TP with the sleep, he's gone.
Oh.
Good usage.
Perfect. I love seeing that.
Uh-oh, somebody's adding me on Discord. Figure out what's going on.
Oh, it's CanisLupis.
Yeah, let's see what's going on. I have been mentioned. How
pinged me?
Who dare ping me?
This is gonna be dangerous. No, Elder Titan moving out. He's playing too far deep into the triangle there. No, I actually really like that D ward.
Very important.
They're definitely gonna have to play around Mars's Arena of Blood right now.
Uh-oh. We got
Mars coming in with a lag.
big lag. Alright. We get to sit and collect our thoughts here.
What's your take on the Tiny's build right now?
The Kunkka special. Going for a double crit.
It's not what I'm expecting.
He's trying to really take advantage of that tree toss to deal as much damage as possible. You gotta remember the tree toss damage is technically just an auto attack.
That was an interesting fight coming out. So many resources thrown out on the USA's team. Ricky coming in on the Wind Ranger. That's a smart.
Oh my goodness.
Where did that come from?
Oh my goodness. Narrowdorp just breaking Eggs' ankles. But Caxor coming in and finishing the job. That nullifier's huge. Well done, gentlemen.
By far, one of the most, like, out of nowhere. I was not expecting Caxor to build nullifier. Looking at it now.
I saw him queue it up even before he had started building Scotty. He had Scotty, then Nullifier queued. It makes sense to me. It's really good for keeping people locked down inside of smoke or BKBing through smoke.
No, and this is dangerous. He suddenly has Skullbasher now, building into Abyssal. He has so much initiation.
He's got a lot of damage. He would make, what's the name of that guy? I can't remember the guy from the Flex Seal commercials.
Oh, Phil Swift.
Yeah, Phil Swift. He'd make Phil Swift proud with how much damage he's dealing.
Honestly, like, even Flex Tape couldn't fix this.
Oh no.
One hit from Ricky and like half your health, especially with Nullifier.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Radiant, seeing that they're doing a Roche, going in with an ulti from
Not, but they're just too slow.
Wait. Looking like they're going directly onto the Winter Wyvern. Pulling in a house.
Oh man! Caxor, don't do him dirty like that!
Holy cow, Caxor just having a field day in the back.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Buddy, have mercy. Be kind. Be nice. Uh-oh. But he's got Aegis. And now he has a Basher in his inventory instead of an Aegis. Poof.
That is just...
Ricky just 3v1ing in the backlines. Goodness.
But it's what Ricky does so well, especially with this last patch. He is able to so effectively punish what the lineup that DORPSTACK is putting together.
I think
DORPSTACK wants to play on the edge, jump in, and then punish. But they can't because Caxor just jumps into the back line.
And there's GG called. They're done.
GG called for DORPSTACK versus USA.
Excellently played from them.
Amazing.
That was good. That was a good watch. That was a good watch. All right. Let's get Canis in here, so that way we got a nice little stack of people, and we actually have a shoutcaster instead of us going silent during the fights. Let's see if they'll do another. Give me 1 second. Yep, they're doing another. All right.
All right, second game. USA versus DORPSTACK. So, what are our big takeaways from the last game, especially going into this next draft?
USA can beat Narrow Tiny. Granted, wasn't an easy fight, but they can do it.
No, that was an extremely destructive, like that early game. I just wish Tiny had taken a little more advantage of the open lanes. I mean, I can't speak. They're playing on a whole nother level, but
I
they
think
had such a good game.
they were definitely making good space. Hold on. Where are we going here? Where is Canis at? Where's your boy?
Oh, holy cow. That's a lot. That's really bad frame rate.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go get some fresh water. We'll be right back.
Right. I'll do the same.
I'll message Canis real quick before we go.
Oh. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you sound good still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Stand by.
Give me 1 sec, let me add you.
I've got my my casting coach sitting right next to me. He doesn't even play this game, but
What do y'all think of the new hero?
Aw, dude, Hoodwink's so much fun to play.
She's so cute. Oh my goodness.
ooh woo.
Here, let me see if I can.
I'm gonna be
It's a
honest.
little squirrel and everything with a little hood and ball. It's so cute. I
Yeah,
love
but
it.
that squirrel's not funny when you realize that on average, every time I've played against her,
Hold on a second.
it's like 10,000 net worth gain.
Go
on
to
Hoodwink's
party. Invite? Share lobby. Thank you. There you go. You can join in from there. Go into the party chat, Canis.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it? Cool. Alright, I'm gonna let you be the cameraman this one. My camera work is iffy. At best.
No problem. I just I'll go to the bathroom during the draft. Let me get my stream going.
Okay.
I thought that everybody's cameras were independent.
Yes, but yours will be the camera that's used for Dota TV. Oh, speaking of which, don't forget to unmute yourself or set yourself to open mic.
What do I need to do that in the settings?
Settings, audio, and then on the voice channels on Team Voice or Voice Team Chat, just set yourself to open and then mute co-broadcasters so we don't,
Get double voiced.
get double voiced.
Where
I
is
hate
mute
listening to myself,
co-casters?
so.
It's right above it in the like in the middle of the audio settings. Number 3 of 7.
Oh, I have mute on,
Okay.
and then I needed to turn open mic for team on?
That's correct.
Okay. Alright.
Cool.
Let me get my stream going here. Oh my goodness. Probably should have had this running in the background.
I had to scramble to get mine up.
What are the teams?
It's DORPSTACK versus USA. El Clasico.
The previous win was on USA's part. They built a pretty good late game lineup. And look like DORPSTACK coming in with a Mars ban.
Giving Eggs the respect he deserved after that performance. Iffy in the beginning, but man, he played well.
That is such a respect. They're really giving respect to USA USA. That seriously, the Mars Winter Wyvern mix.
So they let Tiny through again. Let's see if they grab it.
Sorry guys for the delay. Welcome to the stream. I'm joined with some co-casters of mine. I've streamed with Blue before. You guys should know him. Masters is new. Say hi, Masters.
Hey, how you doing?
Awesome, awesome. We've got DORPSTACK versus USA USA, and you guys were saying that these were some respect bans coming out. What do you guys expect for a Queen of Pain?
Not Queen of Pain. Was not expecting that.
So, Naradorp is notoriously a very, very good Tiny player. And they let Naradorp have Tiny last game, but of course they first picked it to prevent it from being block picked. In response, USA grabbed Leshrac and proceeded to body Tiny. Granted, Naradorp had a great game still, but Leshrac was able to get a lot out of the lane and not really have to worry too much about the Tiny, and of course that made sure that their early game lineup from DORPSTACK wasn't as well off as they wanted. And
this is by far the most unexpected first two picks that I've seen in a while.
Undying is very strong still, and I think he's still probably the best 5 in the game.
He was unexpectedly not nerfed as much as I was expecting in this new patch.
Yeah.
The mana cost increase is almost negligible. I mean, he's always had mana problems, and they literally could not get worse.
Well, they just made it worse, but I don't think it matters that much.
No. Chaos Knight.
I think that the stock in this hero has gone up so much since both the item changes and the buffs that he received in the last patch. I am big on this guy. I thought he was probably one of the sleeper cores in the offlane position from last patch, but now I think he can both play 3 and 1.
No, for him, it's by far the item changes.
Yeah.
He already, he is so reliant on items, but I mean, with these new items that he can work off of, he didn't get nerfed or buffed, which in reality is a buff for him.
Well, the Shard is pretty good. I'm going to be honest. The Shard's pretty good. Spawning a Phantasm illusion at anyone you stun, even if it only lasts the duration of the stun, if you have an Echo Saber, that illusion's going to get at least 3 attacks off.
Yeah, I mean, minimum 2. And even then, that's a really dangerous 2 attacks.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what
be right back real quick.
I sent you both just a quick message in Discord.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll check it out.
You didn't send me one. I don't feel special now.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Why am I getting... Oh, there it goes. All right.
Looks like they're banning the Outworld Devourer, which is probably a good pick against this team. This root could be pretty destructive versus an Earth Spirit. What are you taking from this, Canis?
Well, looking at the draft so far, I mean, it's a lot of AoE bans all around. Besides, pretty much, I mean, Clockwork's just a solid hero. You got the AoE bans on the Sand King, the Snapfire, and the Underlord, and now Naga as well. They're just they want their Chaos Knight. From what I see, they just want their Chaos Knight to run in and pretty much just cause chaos, and they're making the space for him to do that. This Earth Spirit Chaos Knight combo with their stuns and their slows and their minus armor is going to cause a lot of chaos in these team fights. It's going to be difficult for Quap to find an angle, I think. Now you got a Jakiro that's AoE, stun.
No. Quap is pretty much... Quap's not going to be able to get an angle, especially with the Jakiro thrown in there.
The thing about Quap that makes her such a safe pick early is that she can play 4, and generally speaking, she's a very strong laner. So kind of forces USA to pick also another strong laning mid laner, or just someone who doesn't get bodied by Quap.
If you're
That's
desperate.
true.
But I mean, we'll see. I don't know if they're desperate enough to move a Quap to the 4 position. They could, but there's obviously better 4s out there. Like you got this Undying. Undying is typically played as a 4.
No,
And
no
it's
he's played
pretty
5
crappy
right
in the
now.
5.
No, he's excellent at 5.
You think so?
I think he's the best 5 in the game.
I
As
think
per
in
new
this
patch?
situation,
Yeah,
What did
even with the
in
new
this
patch, I
patch,
still
it
think he's
morphs-
very good.
it morphs his roles a lot, though. Ooh, Core Tide. I'm calling it.
I'd be shocked if it was anything other than 3. Well, it could be 2,
This
but
Tide
we'll see.
Hunter, this AoE Ravage is a problem for the Chaos Knight, honestly.
Yeah.
Because if they don't chain their stuns perfectly, especially with the Jakiro, that's going to be an Earth Spirit, a Jakiro, and probably another support if they pick, even if they pick a hero with like less than 1,000 health on average during the first 10. No, okay, never mind.
Oh, that's an egg
was
special
gonna
right
say-
there. It's dangerous picking 4 strength cores into somebody who loves Timbersaw. Oh, man.
It's always a problem picking anything when you have someone who loves timber saws. They're just a different breed.
I believe the debuff from Whirling Death doesn't get purged from Kraken Shell. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I think when he's not standing in it, he can purge it, right?
No, well, no. Kraken Shell
Or-
is when Tidehunter takes a certain threshold of damage. He, I believe,
Purges.
Yeah,
He purges. I know what Kraken Shell does. I'm not 100% certain what ability you just
I
mentioned from Timbersaw. Are you
believe
talking about his ult?
No, Whirling Death, his Q.
Right,
Oh, okay, I see.
It is a
the
strong
portal.
dispel. So the question is
Does say
Whirling
that
Death
the ability is
dispellable?
dispellable.
Oh, there you
So-
go. Okay. There you go.
Just my problem with this is that other than Quap and Storm they're definitely going for a signature burst here, trying to get as much. But the Tide and the Undying are kind of like the Oracle pick last game. They want to like keep these fights going. My only problem is they've got enough stun in the first 3 picks of USA to keep most of their supports and cores locked down, especially their supports. Holy cow!
So this definitely says that the Quap's playing 3 or 4. So it'll be Tidehunter Quap offlane, which is honestly not the worst thing in the world. I actually think that lane's pretty good. Quap's pretty good at making space for Tidehunter, I think. And it'll be against Jakiro. And I don't know how well Jakiro is at getting... Oh, fuck.
Oh, yep. There
Ooh.
goes all of our ideas.
So who the
This
fuck is going
Meepo-
mid?
Meepo, 100%. Meepo cannot play anything but mid
Oh.
unless you really want to force your support to like roam.
So,
Undying
Storm
wants...
Spirit offlane?
Storm Spirit 1? I think it's probably Meepo
Yeah,
1.
Storm Spirit 1.
It's probably Meepo 1. Storm Spirit can't operate without those first key levels.
I don't know why I said Storm Spirit offlane. I meant safe lane. Tide is off. But well, I mean, obviously they could flex it because, or excuse me, not flex, just change the lanes because I don't believe Tidehunter particularly likes playing against Timbersaw. So they could do a little switcherino, move Storm to the off lane, or Storm to the safe lane to go up against Timber,
Yeah.
or vice versa. You know, like I wouldn't be surprised if there weren't some lane swapping shenanigans going on to try to get certain matchups.
Oh, you know what? I bet you they might put the Storm 1 and then grab, is it his shard that gives him Electric Grave? Because Electric
I'm
Grave
not
with
aware
me.
of all the new shards.
Give
Electric.
me just a second. I've got the patch pulled up right now so I can make sure
I'm pretty
Tell us
sure.
what the
Like,
shard is.
so Electric Grave is one of Storm's new abilities that when he activates it, it gives 3 Overlord charges to each of his heroes, and I think the combo they're going for is Electric Grave with Meepo.
Oh,
That sounds
no.
toxic.
They're really going for burst. If we don't see
Yeah, this is going to be a Meepo 1.
it it's a Meepo 1, and he's going to build straight into E-Blade. You can bet your buns on that. Whew.
Are there any other significant Aghanim shards that you're seeing on any of these heroes that could be a major factor going into for any of these heroes going into the matchup?
Undying shard is very good. Quap's shard's pretty good too.
Tide's interesting. I don't see Tide.
I think Earth Spirit, his shard is core on that hero because it lets the remnants give vision and gives him more charges. And of course Jakiro's Liquid Frost is pretty good. I think we're probably going to see Ags out for Meepo. That Ags is, the new Scepter is very strong. The ability to basically be invulnerable for 3.5 seconds while healing. Kind of huge for forcing people to change up their focus.
This is going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, I think they've got the AoE damage, but I don't know if they've got the strong single target focus to deal with them. Because you only need to kill one, not all of them all at once. So we'll see how this turns out.
All right.
They might consider buying a Rod of Atos against the Meepo so he can't do his Zags, but in any event, USA versus DORPSTACK will be getting into the match. Let's see what the lanes are.
No weird builds. I'm not seeing any, like, we've got Orb of Venom coming off of Earth Spirit, which is classic.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
And looks like Storm Spirit mid.
Yep.
Against Ember.
It's a lot of burst magic damage coming out.
You were right about flexing the Quap. I'm not a huge fan personally, but we'll see how it goes.
She's a very aggressive for those first few levels. Shadow Strike's kind of terrifying for certain 5s. Her job is to just be aggressive and make the other support miserable. Which is why you want to pick a strong laner like Tide to go with her.
Mm-hmm. We're at Court HP for the Timbersaw down at bottom. He's going to retreat to the safety of his tower. He's got that -12 on his strength.
The battle?
Stun onto the Meepo. He's going for the rune. And he does get it, but at what cost? He's fallen down really low. He's got roll in 9 seconds. He's going to juke into the trees. They do get him. So that's first blood going to the Meepo.
Too fast.
Hey, everyone's got to start somewhere.
Good stuff. I don't... I'd rather the position 1 not get that kill, but you know. Let's see.
Gonna ship out boots for it. So boots on Meepo.
Good place to start.
So now that the lanes are in motion, what do we think for predictions for the outcome in terms of who wins what lane?
I think the Undying is definitely a better matchup against this Timber Earth Spirit combination because of his ability to just make both heroes feel a lot squishier than they would be otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about Meepo as 1 because I don't really see it very often. Oh man, Indoor Kites is about to die.
Wait, who's Indoor Kite?
Indoor Kites is Earth Spirit.
Oh.
12.
No, yeah, I was watching. He's fine.
Coming off of the Timber. I mean, they just can't keep up in this lane. I thought Undying would get like a nerf like he was supposed to, but apparently he's still one of the most powerful 5s in the game.
I said so.
How do you guys think the top will go?
It's a great question. I think that the first few levels are going to be a little rough, especially for the Jakiro. Basically, they're both going to have to stand next to each other because of Quap being in the lane. But the later the lane goes, the better it's going to get for the CK, I think.
100%. This Quap is just constantly harassing him, but...
And then we've got the classic matchup of Storm Spirit versus Ember in the mid lane. Looks like Storm is pulling ahead.
Let me pull up some last hits.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is actually.
We've got a gank onto the Storm Spirit in the mid lane. He's kicking back the Storm Spirit. They get the nice chains onto him. Now he's underneath the tower. He's taking those tower shots. He tries to root in the Ember Spirit. They're right-clicking him down. That's a kill for the Ember. Oh, Earth Spirit.
Yep. We have 3 of the 4 spirits in this game, I just noticed.
Amazing gank coming from that Earth Spirit. Not sure how I feel about leaving the the Timber alone with an Undying and a Meepo.
But getting that early kill for the Ember really helps guarantee the safety of his lane. And frankly, they just need a lane going for them right now.
I hate to say this, and coming from a Meepo player, somebody who plays both 1 and 3 Meepo, I would have liked to see an early point in Earthbind. Because especially with Undying, if he can harass just enough, get the Earthbind onto the poof, I feel like that'd be good. But I can see where he's going with the pure
Mid lane, we got to roll in on it again onto the Storm Spirit. The roll does not connect. It's just short on the range.
Oh, man.
Damage. He's got support. Quap coming in. Fight will be over. Oh, no. Quap's in. She's blinking in. Very aggressive. We got another TP. She just to get that courier. Now she's rooted up. She'll surely die for this. They got the Sleight of Fist on. Now the Earth Spirit's rolled back in out of the Storm Spirit. He's stunned up. He's trying to get a kill on the Earth Spirit. He's trying to get away from this. They're trying to right-click him down. There's the Remnant. Will they get... Oh, so close to Shades. Does break down the Storm Spirit from Ember.
That's excellent.
Amazing.
That's excellent for this Ember Spirit.
And the support with the salve. He's going to be good to go.
This Ember Spirit just... he keeps surviving with like 50 health out of every fight.
I think CK's going to need a little bit more babysitting to get through this lane. Tidehunter's definitely going to be giving him some issue. And now he's going to cut the wave.
Got a whole level advantage too.
I'd like to see the Ember Spirit go top and try and gank the Tidehunter as well. CK could really use that golden experience.
Can Kraken Shell purge the chains?
Let me check.
Because if so, that would make the gank almost...
No, I'm talking
really
about Earth, not Ember.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I thought you... Okay, my bad.
It is
There's more than one spirit in the game.
So Earth Spirit could technically get a pretty good gank on the Tidehunter. The problem is that...
The slow from
just-
Boulder
they
Smash is
don't
dispellable, but the stun from Rolling Boulder is not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a very, very low Meepo.
Meepo's falling down pretty low. The Timber's run out of mana, though. We won't be able to chase him down. Go back to last hitting. But in the jungle over here, we get a gank up onto this Undying. They get him pushed back and rolled down. He's slowed up. He's hard to bring down. Heal himself up a little bit. 200 HP. He does get the Tidehunter starting to roll in here. They got to bring down quickly. There's the Slide Fist finish, and the TP will cancel.
Nice.
What is CK building?
Yeah, Meepo needs somebody with him so that way he can actually fight against this Timbersaw. 2 points in reactive armor, and he can't really hurt him.
No, definitely not.
CK
Nope.
is in trouble.
CK is in trouble up top. He's got Shadow Poison. He's got a support rotating in. But this Tidehunter, he's got Pop the Mango. Does get the kill.
Wap
That'll
gets
be
the
a kill onto your safe lane. Meanwhile, into the jungle, we got Meepo chasing down this Ember Spirit. He's out of mana. He's got a little bit of wand charges, no bottle charges. The team's just poking each other back and forth. Now the Storm forward doesn't quite get the connection onto the Earth Spirit. Now he's finding himself a Timbersaw. Fall down to half HP, and meanwhile returning damage of zone. Again, just a lot of poking and prodding, testing the waters against each other. But there's good plays coming out from both teams, knowing limits of their heroes.
With the Tidehunter, you're always poking the waters. Seriously. Ha, ha, and literally.
Looks like they'll bring down this
Tidehunter
tower.
picking up,
You know what I actually
yeah,
really
Tidehunter
want?
picking up an Orb of Corrosion.
Yeah, that's
Tell me about this Orb of Corrosion and
So,
what it does for him.
Orb, well, generally speaking, when it comes to Anchor Smash, Neg armor is super important so that way he can get that extra burst from it. And generally speaking, Lightstone, pretty cheap, fits pretty well into a core Tidehunter's build. But when you couple that with Orb of Corrosion, giving him a little extra health and adding a slow to it, pretty potent item
Got
on
him
the hero.
fight in the mid lane. There's the Ravage. We'll bring down the Earth Spirit. and Ember was zip away.
Nice.
They were trying to bring down this Undying, but unfortunately were not successful. So the
no.
Blightstone does not combo with Orb of Corrosion? Is that what you're saying?
No, Blightstone builds into Orb of Corrosion.
Oh, okay, I see. We get a zip forward onto this Earth Spirit. It's a very ambitious target, pushing back into the tower. Now we got the root onto the Earth Spirit from the Storm. They get the stun onto the Tide. They're trying to right-click him down. He's very tanky. And meanwhile, this Storm Spirit will zip onto the ES and will bring him down. They're bringing this Tide really low. He's pretty tanky. One more right-click, they get him. Now they're onto the Dying, they get him as well.
Huge double kill for the Ember.
For the Ember. Stun won't connect. There's a Shadow Poison onto the Ember. Sleight of Fist. And go back away.
Good stuff. Meanwhile, eggs
Shenanigans with the runes. It looks like Ember just barely got it.
Storm got it.
Or excuse me, Storm. There's so many spirits in this game.
That one spirit guy got it.
Yeah, exactly. The one spirit guy got it.
Caxor's finally getting the space he needs to get some golden experience. He's not even... He just hit level 6. Rough game for the CK. I feel like they needed to... I feel like they needed to set up his game a little bit easier. He's the low... Yeah, their position 1 is the lowest net worth core right now.
Down at bottom, they found a Tide Hunter, and they're trying to bring him down. Excuse me, this Timbersaw is trying to do damage to these heroes, but they're hard to bring down. There's the Timber Chain forward, trying to get this Undying. He's falling down low. There's the Ember cleanup. Now they're onto this Tide Hunter. There's 4 heroes here. They get the stun, just barely misses. Whoopsie there. Now they get the Q from the Jakiro. He's juking into the trees, trying to survive for a little bit longer, and finally falls.
I want to see USA stay grouped up as 4, keep killing people just so they can make space for this CK to come back into the game.
No, this is amazing how much farm Caxor is actually getting. He's slowly working his way back.
They get the root and the stun onto the Storm Spirit, and they got a lot of damage on him. He zips away. He'll be fine.
Ooh.
My only problem is that this Meepo is just... He's running with how much space he's getting. Looks like he's going to push into the CK, try to take away from his free farm.
But that's honestly just Meepo for you, just to try and take as much space as he possibly can.
Getting the stack.
There'll be a contention for the regen rune, and the Storm Spirit will take it. Now he zips forward onto the Ember. He gets the root and the Remnant down. This Ember's falling down low. He doesn't have the mana. Now he does with the wand. Zip away.
Eagle Fort waiting for Narrow Dorp to pop that regen rune to try to kill him.
Or just cancel the rune at least.
But...
Ooh, just misses chains.
This is a... Tell me about this neutral item on the Storm.
Let me see here. This is a new tier 1 item. Fairy Trinket, I'd say it's probably one of the more high value items that they added to the game.
It's along the levels of Keen Optic in the last patch. This is especially important on the the Storm Spirit.
The mana cost reduction probably means that Storm probably won't be dropping this item until maybe something like Spell Prism, honestly, in tier 4. The mana...
There's nothing in tier 2 that he can really like pick up that would comfortably allow him to zip around as much as this item does.
Very good item for Storm. Very strong item.
You have a smoke up at top. They're hunting the CK.
Oh, Caxor, I hope your 6th sense kicks in.
You gotta look at the minimap, man. Where are these heroes? There's the smoke pop. They find him. He's panicking. Run away! Anchor Smash. Now the zip forward from the Storm Spirit. They got him rooted in. They'll drop the Remnant and the Tomb just to scare the killer. They'll pop the ultimate. He's trying to juke out of this, but they'll zip forward again. There's surely going to be a dead core, and he will fall.
At the same time, I think that I want to see USA just make a play, because they know where 3 of their heroes are. And instead, they're just resigning to just getting some farm. I feel like... They're
not taking advantage of this.
Well... You need to either be making space for your position 1, or if your position 1 is getting gone on, you need to go on someone else at a different part of the map. You need to be punishing these plays just so you can make space.
Holy cow, I predicted correctly. Meepo picking up the E-Blade and about 100 gold off at 12 minutes.
It doesn't surprise me.
Amazing play.
Item's
Some
good.
shenanigans going on in the trees here.
Something bad is happening in your bottom.
Find the tide. There's the stun. It's the Q. Now we put the DD rune on the Ember. They want to fight this. Start to right-click him down. There's the chains. There's to get Shadow Poison. But he's nice dodge. Now he gets Ravaged. And there's the Shakiro all is down. Now we got the Storm Spirit sipping in. They're trying to bring down Cyber. They will get him. He's down. But they get a massive stun under 3. They get the Scream. There's the Crop Scream. Under 3 builds. Won't bring anybody down. They get the 2 for 1.
Arguably
Alright.
favorable for DORPSTACK, killing the Ember Spirit. But
That's actually going to put Ember at a severe disadvantage when trying to compete with how much farm Meepo's getting. I mean, no one can usually compete, but he was awkwardly close in comparison.
yeah, that's a pretty big setback. Still, I think that they're not that bad off still.
Working the tier 1. There's the Sleight of Fist. Chains onto 2.
Taking some space, throwing out some
problem.
harass.
Slowly sieging. It's got this remnant back here. There's the tomb drop. It'll start to kite this back. There's the storm zipping forward. He's got the root onto the ES. They're trying to bring these heroes on. They're kiting it back. They know that the tide doesn't have ult. The stun does not connect. Now they get the Sleight of Fist onto 4. Zip forward and there's secure ult. It's onto 2. Massive damage coming out. The Timber will finally fall. Storm and Timber are down. Now let's start to right click down this Undying. He's hard to bring down. Meanwhile, we got Chiro being chased down to get the stun onto the Meepo. And Quap will limp away. Undying, of course, didn't die because he's hard to freaking kill. His hero is so annoying. The Chaos Knight will start to right-click him down, but it'll get under the safety of the tower. Ember Spirit's back in here, Sleight of Fist. His heroes are falling so low, but just not quite enough. They get the Shadow Poison onto the CK. If he falls here, it's going to be set him back even further. That's a dead CK. The Sleight of Fist does not connect on the Quap. Start
They're
to
still
run away. Sleight of Fist chain onto the Meepo. Now we got a lot of heroes here. We get the ES ultimate onto the Meepo to surely fall with all this AoE pressure.
There you
Tide
go.
looks in dismay. Why? Why chase? Why? There's a chase forward from the Timber Saw. Ultimate does not connect.
There are not many trees left in this area. Man, in that last team fight, right at the very beginning, Storm Spirit kind of got lost in Jakiro's sauce, and he just took so much damage from the Macro Pyre just for standing still or trying to fight through it. That skill is not something you should ignore. 100 damage per second. It hurts.
The one thing that is underrated on Meepo is both his strength and his weakness. His strength is that he plays like 3
There's a roll
heroes
forward
at
and the
once.
Macro Pyre onto the Tide Hunter. They got him silenced up. They're bringing him down really low. There's a lot of damage, but there's the nice heal. I had to get the ultimate from the Tide just before he went down. Just buyback TPing back into this. Got a nice scream. They brought down 1 hero so far. And the E-Blade. Bring down the Ember Spirit. They try to roll back on the ES. And Timber's start to get worked on. He gets chains out. Storm fell in the meantime. I don't know what killed Storm, but it must have been the Micro Pyre with the crowd control that they had on him.
Yeah. It was a lot of damage. Like I said, getting lost in that sauce is dangerous business.
Seriously, Meepo is just taking up so much, not space, but so much activity on the screen. It's hard to keep track of a team fight when you're playing on the same team as a Meepo.
He's a vacuum for farm. Are these guys really trying to, like, BM deny indoor kites?
It looks like there is a bit of trolling going on as he's desperately trying to get his Triquils to come back online to get out of deny range. I think he is now.
That's funny.
He swaps the Tango out of his backpack just to be safe from his own teammates.
Stupendous.
Man, Shadow
What do you
Strike's
guys make
initial
of the net
slow.
worth chart, Masters? Tell me what you... Oh, they're going to go on a CK Illusion and blow everything. Well, I mean, low cooldown stuff. Anyway, tell me what you think of the net worth state.
If I was Dorp, this is not what I would like to see. Undying obviously is going to take bottom slot. He just can't farm. But the Meepo takes top, obviously.
There's the real CK. They found him, get him rooted up by 2 spells. Now they start to right-click him down, and they get him.
Ooh.
Rough game for
Right, that's
Caxor
the
so
point.
far.
it's the Storm Spirit takes up that middle position, and that's not where I would want to be as as
Stun
Storm
micropower onto the
Spirit,
Meepo,
as
try to bring
Storm
down low. There's a lot of damage. There's the Ember Spirit getting back into the mix with Side Fist. They do bring down the Meepo. That's a huge kill. Now they're trying to get to work on this Undying. They got a lot of damage out of him. Timber will snipe him down.
Good stuff. Big cleanups. They lose their CK, but really nice double kill right off of that on the highest net worth and the lowest net worth hero in the game. I think Master's actually like super on point with his assessment. Meepo, of course, is going to absorb a lot of farm around the map. He just is literally 2 to 4 heroes in one package. However, the rest of your cores are really lagging behind the other cores of USA, with the exception being CK, who's just unfortunately having a bad game. However,
and honestly,
Change of the Quap. There's the DD pop. Now the Storm zip forward to get the stun. Will just barely connect. Now they get the Ravage and the Quap Scream out of this Ember. They want to bring him down. They will get it.
big kills.
Now they get the E-Blade pop onto this Jakiro to throw in the Macro Pyre and the stun for his trouble before he dies. The last shot of the Yamato cannon.
I'm not gonna lie, we finally got to see Meepo use that E-Blade.
He used it in the last fight. He killed Ember before with it.
Yep.
Oh, okay, I see. Just to have such an important impact on the team fight. Killing the Ember is important.
Huge damage out of the Timber, from the Timber onto this tie to get it healed up. But there's a nice snipe from the ES. Now he's rooted up out of the Timber. Start to right click him down. There's a Shrink trying to sap him down. They will finally get him. Now they get Shadow Poison on the ES. He'll roll away. TK poking around the Barry. You probably shouldn't be here to fight. You should run away. Go far.
I like that Timber went Greaves so that way he has a way to purge himself. However, if he just gets chain netted, one purge ain't gonna do it. He needs a BKB.
Can you see? Can you guys see when I ping something in the chat? You see that?
No, I don't.
No. Okay. Well, they get the root onto the Ember.
Oh wait,
right
no,
click
I'm
him down,
sorry.
easy kill.
I did see that. Okay.
So you did see that I pinged the Shadow Blade on the Meepo? You see that in the chat?
Yeah, I see that. I'm just not
Okay,
paying
cool.
attention to the chat.
No, it's all good. Yeah, nice snipe on... There's the Shadow Blade reveal. Tell me, Masters, what you think about this Shadow Blade on Meepo.
This is so important. If I'm going to be honest, if you're playing Meepo against ES, if you're playing against Ember, if you're playing against especially the Timbersaw, you need to be able to build into the Silver Edge. The break is so important on Meepo because all he can do is hit you, do his poof, and then kind of just body block you from escaping. That's all he can do other than chain root you. And even then, that's not super effective against someone like Timber.
I'm gonna set myself to do not disturb.
With the Shadow Blade, he's able to finally build up into that Silver Edge, which will actually change everything for the better. Because right now, if I'm going to be honest, Meepo should have 6,000k lead. He's just been constantly trying to play these fights that I feel like Timber is, or not Timber, but
they don't see him. Oh, but oh no, the root barely missed on the Ember because he just sleight of fist right in that moment. It was almost perfect.
Oh shoot, Agamemnon's shards are up. Who's got the shards?
Quap immediately bought hers.
Once again, USA not picking up the shard immediately.
You need to have your money saved for when the shards become available. Once again, I think shard for ES is core, shard for Jakiro also very core, but neither of those supports have them available at the moment.
I'm thinking, especially now with Meepos, you need the ES shard. They're so important to have that vision.
Oh, we get the Quap Scream up on here on the
great
CK.
dodge.
Pop the ultimate to try to live here, but that's not going to be enough. They get 2 kills so far. There's the Ravage onto 3. They start to right click down the Timber. They get a lot of damage onto him. He's pretty taken to bring down with the Guardian Greaves pop, but it's not enough. He'll fall. Now they start to bring down this Undying. He's barely going to live it. Nope, he falls.
I was right.
He was alive at 18 HP.
Guys, Storm got the shard and activated Electric Rave, and you just saw the Timbersaw melt under the pressure of the Meepos with Electric Rave.
if I'm gonna be honest, there are a few things that make me hungrier than melted grilled cheese, like cheese on toast, like melted super nice, and a melted timber saw.
Dude.
Like completely destroyed.
I didn't see an animation on the meat. I mean, I must have missed it because they're so grouped up. But
I saw him put it on cooldown, and then I saw a bunch of the overload procs going off.
oh, okay. Oh, it's overload procs.
everywhere.
Okay, so that's the animation.
Electric Rave, I don't think has an animation. It just provides 3 stacks of overload to all nearby allies.
Huh.
Ooh, pulling the double damage rune onto the Storm Spirit. Both teams contesting that center ground for the Roshan pit.
Contested ground.
I'm not sure either team is comfortable pushing in, especially since there are 4 Meepos out and he has Silver Edge.
Ravage is
Silver
down
Edge
too, and they know
E-Blade.
that.
They want to take this fight,
smoke
though.
Going up.
We get the root. Does not connect on the Ember Spirit. He gets the E-Blade, and there's the charge. We get the huge Michael Power stun out of the Meepo, but it's not quite enough damage. He'll start to kite that back. Now the Undying is down. Now we got the Timber Saw in here, but that's all, but he overcharges. He's dead. Now we get the stun out of the Meepo. There's a roller from the ES. He'll pop the ultimate. There's a lot of damage coming in on him. He's falling down really low. He's trying to get heals up. He won't be able to do so. That's dead Meepo. There's 1 for 2 so far. ES ultimate spreading. He's forward. He does find the Quap. They get the stun out of the Queen of Pain. It pushes the Queen of Pain back. Now they get the Ridge out of the Quap. The Ember starts to right click down, Sleight of Fist. That's a dead Quap. There's 3 for 1.
I just need to point out how good that kick was. He kicked him directly into the Ember to immediately follow up with the root so the Quap couldn't blink away.
That was perfectly timed for each other. The only thing that could have made it perfect was like after the root going straight into a Chaos Bolt.
She was dead by then, though.
Yeah. It looks like Tide's gonna sit back and hope that he can catch them, maybe coming out. Hopefully get a little bit of vision on them. Otherwise, there's nothing really he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Tide building into those Guardian Greaves.
Looks like he's making a detour for a blink dagger, and I don't blame him. Being able to get that.
Timber's gonna go for that pipe, and I don't blame him for that decision either against this overcharge. Keep him alive for a hot second.
At least a little bit longer.
Yeah, not much though.
Oof.
Burn right through that 400. What is it? 400 barrier.
Yeah. I mean, how much damage is Overload? Overload is...
Zip forward on the storm. There's the root onto the Ember Spirit. Quap's in here. Get the Shadow Poison onto him, but oh, there's the haste rune pop. He'll rock away. There's the ES is in here to get the silence and pushback on the storm. Not quite at the right angle. The heal will go up. There's the scream onto 2. The BKB popped onto the Ember Spirit. Pop Guardian Greaves over the Temper to keep his allies' health up. Now he's trying to run away from the haste.
Wow.
The BKB will keep him alive.
Dodges Ravage.
Unstunned. Now we get to zip forward into the Timber Saw. He's in between all these heroes, but he gets huge damage out of the Undying. Now he's trying to work on the Tide. No, he's slowed up. Tide will start to TP away. There's no chain, so he'll be free to do so. That's 3 kills. And a very unfortunate Ravage doesn't connect.
On anything. Just shivered that Ravage.
I'm sorry, but Eggs definitely took the right talent taking those bonus reactive stacks, because a cardinal sin was committed, and that was right-clicking the Timber Saw.
Yeah,
consistently.
His max stacks is 32. I mean, that's how Meepo intends to kill him, and once he gets that pipe, it's gonna be much more difficult.
Meepo's Ransag's pure damage though, right? Why wouldn't he right click?
No, but the problem is that Meepo is the perfect counter to this. Gets in with the break, goes in with the poofs, goes in with the chain root.
Ransac's only 8. Ransac's only 18. It's not that much.
I see. Zip forward from the Storm Spirit, but there's a nice use dodge from the Jakiro. They do see this. They get the stun on to 3. Nice connections. Now we get the Jakiro will finally fall. Then the BKB pop onto the Ember Spirit. There's a roll forward on the ES. This Timber is standing tall. You get the Tomb down in the background. You got 2 dead so far. Meepo and the Undying are down. Zip forward or out from Storm Spirit. They get the chain onto the Tide. start to right-click him down. That'll be 3 for 1 again.
I gotta
Meepo
say-
is just not able. Meepo's just not able to get in there. I mean, he's pretty much being consistently bursted down, and not allowed to farm. They're taking all of his areas.
He
And
is,
especially with that tier 1 tower. Oh,
he is going for the Ags so that way he can not get bursted so hard. You know, either French's macro pyres have been like perfectly on point, or DORPSTACK is just getting lost in the sauce, because every time I feel like these macro pyres are just dealing so much damage to everybody in the fight.
they are. And honestly, in most any other situation, you should be able to easily avoid a macro pyre unless you're being chain stunned into it.
We got the stun and the ultimate from the CK. They're trying to bring down the storm. He gets healed up and zips out. Now they're starting to work on this Undying. He falls down low. They get the Night Scream onto the CK. There's the Guardian Greaves pop to keep his allies' health up. There's a Ember forward from the Ember. The Storm's back into the mix. He gets the root up onto the Ember. There's a tube drop. There's a nice ultimate onto all of them. Now they start to right-click down these heroes, but to get a nice light of fist on all of them. The Undying is finally fallen. Now we get the ES is fallen. Now we get the Ember. The Aegis is popped. This Meepo's in the mix. He's just right-clicking down these heroes. The BKB's finally popped for the CK. Now this Meepo's falling down really low. 100 HP, but he gets out of there. Storm Super falls, but now these other Meepos are vulnerable to finally fall. There's 2 buybacks.
I gotta say, that fight looked good after that Ravage, but kind of fell apart. They just didn't quite have the follow-up they needed.
Ember's going to chase down this Undying. That'll be a kill. Shadow Poison to return. Now this Tidehunter's vulnerable. Will fall as well. Taunts her out. That's 2 diebacks.
And
4
GG is
dead.
called.
GG.
An amazing game by both Dorp and USA.
We saw what their game plan was during the draft. I called it. They were going to go for that Electric Rave Meepo. Kind of cheesy, but very greedy. And the greed just did not pay off that game.
Oh, especially, I mean, I hate to bring up the Storm, but that net worth lead just was not enough. He just stagnated for half the game.
Graphs,
It was
player
great.
items.
I mean, both of them were amazing. They were all playing so well, but
Yeah, after Storm completed his Yules, he bought Ag's Shard and a point booster for the last 10 minutes of the game.
I think
that's
the
not a
graph tells it
comfortable
all.
feeling.
It was quite the knife fight going through most of the game, and then it just one team stepped out of line just a little bit, and then the graph.
When you look at the
Goes
team
down.
XP and net worth, and then you compare the net worth, the individual net worth chart, you really see where all of their value was. It was so reliant on this Meepo to bring the game home.
No, and the Meepo played well, but he really needed a 6,000k lead.
I honestly think that just the rest of DORPSTACK needed money.
Yeah, I kind of felt like their support picks are a bit greedy.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't offer.
The Quap, I think,
You
was
don't
the
offer
questionable
any
pick
crowd
there.
control, really. I mean,
Yeah.
you got the Undying Tomb, which is a slow in an AoE, which is good, and you've got a 1 slow coming out from your Quap support. I mean, it's not like a disruptor alt
That
or
is
something. You know?
a very good point. Against Ember Spirit, they didn't have much lockdown. Maybe seeing an Atos coming out of the Quap instead of a Falcon Blade. Man, that item is not good.
It's an interesting item, but it just can't be played well.
The
It's
problem
so
with
situational.
The problem with Falcon Blade is that there's no hero that specifically wants exactly those stats and doesn't also want Orchid. Like an Oblivion,
Honestly,
an
that is-
Oblivion staff is just better.
That was a sweep, right?
That is
There's no
so
third match.
on
I don't think so. That was a 2-0 for USA.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate the views, guys, and see you guys next week. Thanks for coming to the stream.
For sure. I don't know if there's any scheduled
thank you.
matches next week.
not until the 3rd
Oh.
of January.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Oh, okay. So the following.
Yep.
Thanks again for my co-casters for joining me. I'm gonna stick around for a little bit, but for all y'all who came out, thanks again. Bye.
Thank you.
Right on. I'm actually going to turn off my stream right now as well.